right, let's call to order the October 17th Fairfield Golf Commission meeting. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll take a quick attendance. I'm Keith Varian.
Peter Seacrest.
Mike Harrington.
Christine Hogan.
Mike Feinstein. Peter Grace. Bob Bigenet.
Anthony Calabrese.
Liam Mayer.
Great. Is anybody on the phone? I don't think so.
No.
And Priscilla's not here today.
Okay.
Great. All right. First, we will act on the minutes from our last meeting in September. Any comments before we move on them? Look good to me. All right. I will take a motion to accept.
I move they be accepted as submitted.
All right.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Unanimous.
Well, I'm going to abstain.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Any no's? No. Any abstentions? Oh, there we go. All right, one abstention. All right, thank you. Staff report. Bob, how'd today go? How was that outing?
Everything went great. Outing season is officially over.
Oh, really?
I would say it was very successful.
Yeah.
We did a lot. You add in the senior closing day, men's membership, it's a streak of about 6 weeks with, it felt like we had a shotgun every day. But it went at all. Every outing was pleased and want to come back.
Yeah.
So in that realm, we're doing very well. The demand is staying strong. I'd like to give kudos to Anthony and his staff on the glow in the dark. Was awesome. It completely sold out, overflowed. People were begging to get in.
Who took my title?
It was awesome. The balls were much better this year. A lot more on the green.
Yeah.
So it was a really cool event, and I thought it really showcased the course very good. Besides that, no major issues that I know of. Everything seems to be going okay.
Questions for Bob? All right. Good. Thank you. Anthony.
Everybody should have received the September numbers. As you'll see, we are, again, tracking in a good direction. Numbers were up. I guess the big question always ends up being, why isn't there a big difference in numbers since the rounds are up, but the revenue's not tremendously up? And honestly, it's just because of the discrepancy between residents and non-residents. Non-residents pay more money. When less of them play, it takes more residents to actually make up the revenue that they're not bringing to the course. So it is nice that we have more residents playing. Again, I can't tell you if that's the same residents playing or if there's new residents playing, but the resident numbers are up. And revenue is up ultimately, so that's a good news.
Any thoughts
Just to put some numbers on that, sorry.
No, please.
Just say, so non-resident is down 18%, residents up 12% on the January to September. So, to your point,
Rounds, you mean.
I'm sorry, rounds.
Yep.
But that's where your loss of your percentage loss of non-resident being greater than your gain of residents.
Right.
To your point,
Exactly.
not picking up stakes for picking it up.
Yeah, and then per the Golf Commission's request, I did add a new section on the bottom of the second page, labeled. You guys will see it labeled as other golf revenue. So we included the golf programs to date for the month, and then concession lease, which again, you're only going to see 2 payments on there. So that number will only get updated when they pay, because they only pay twice a year. So, but yeah, the golf programs is updated, and I kept a running tally. There's no history on those kept from any of the other reports, so from here forward, it'll start accumulating.
I noticed the driving range revenue is down. I look at the January to September, because that's this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's down $30,000.
18%.
Which is huge, and that's because the driving range sucks. Basically.
It's the math.
The mats, and I don't know, with a $30,000 deficit, I don't know whether it's worth spending some money to fix the mats. And if the mats could be salvageable for a new driving range 2 or 3 years down the road or whatever. And it's too late for this year.
Yeah, so,
But
you
it's
know,
something to think about for next year. 'cause
well, I think to that point, you know, we are carrying $500,000 to upgrade the driving range. I'll be going for that funding, if all goes as planned, hopefully in January or February. So we would be spending that money as soon as it's approved, and
Right.
hopefully in February, for the beginning of next season. So that would include upgrading mats and stuff.
Yeah. Couple other things I noticed in season passes, they're up 36, but 34 of those are senior season passes. And you'll also notice that the golf cart revenue is up considerably, and I think that they're related, because it's the seniors that use the carts. But, yeah,
Have we had a discussion on the season pass
we need
program situation?
We haven't had it
When-
in probably
are we
2
gonna
years.
do a race next month?
Next month.
I'm assuming, yeah.
I think we should probably look at the necessity of it, or, I don't know, I'm not making any judgment on it, but, you know, it's 6% of total pass and IDs, it's a small number, I did some math on it. If you're a non-resident, you should be buying a season pass, the best deal in town.
Yeah,
And I don't know if we, you know.
and we haven't touched the season passes in years.
Quite a while.
We keep raising the rates for daily play,
Right.
but so it makes the season passes a better and better deal. And there's been years where we've talked about eliminating
Yeah.
the season passes, again, because of the lack of people buying them.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons.
But the one thing we did do is we cut the season pass, the 5-day pass, back to 4, making it Monday through Thursday, and we did that about 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, it's got to be about 15.
Yeah, I wasn't on,
So,
but
Yeah.
that's, I haven't heard that.
It's got to be about 15 years
it's
when
not-
we did that.
well,
It predates me.
Well, it doesn't predate me.
No, I'm not surprised.
15 years is about how long I've been coming to me, you know. Yeah, we took, well, as I told Bob, 15 years ago, the senior league had Monday and Wednesday. They took away Monday, and then they took away our Fridays and made it a 4-day thing. But, anyhow,
Well, maybe, could you give us some detail maybe on the season pass revenue, like, how many is there? Do we have a sense of whether they are resident or non-resident? I mean, do you have that?
So it
info?
breaks it out.
they're right here.
You know what I think what would be important number in there is how many rounds these folks are playing.
Yeah, that-
I mean, if I did some
Oh,
numbers
yeah,
around like
sorry, I didn't see
3,
that.
you know, if forget about the seniors, I just did the resident, non-resident. You know, if the resident adult plays 3 weekdays and 1 weekend, or 3 weekends and 3 weekdays and 2 weekends, there is the break even is short.
Yep. So with the new software,
It's still 28 to 30 rounds.
yeah, with the new
The
software,
best break even of all the various season pass options.
And
It's okay.
that could be 4 weeks, well, not 4 weeks, but
Yeah.
it's like 7 weeks of play.
so
So
with,
they're, you know,
get in here in a second.
sorry.
So, right. So with the new software, we can break that down a lot better than we have been able to in the past, which is great. What you're going to see, I'm almost positive, because this is what it was when we used to break this down. Mike's right. It's somewhere in between 28 and probably 35 rounds
Depending on which.
to break even between which level of play you have.
Yeah.
You're going to find that there's a significant amount of people that buy the season pass and then don't play at all. They don't reach that limit, but you're going to find a handful of guys and ladies that play 150 times. You're going to be like, holy moly, those are the people, you know, getting their money's worth. We should be. I think we're paying them to play.
Which is
So.
fine, but should we be pulling those people and just putting them in the resident?
Now, I did an analysis 2 years ago of our senior golf group, and we had 125 members, and like 70%, as Anthony said, didn't achieve the break even payout on the season pass.
And then,
$165,
so, and the nice part for the commission, and this is, I think, one of the reasons why we haven't eliminated the program, is that's free money for us up front.
Right.
So it's a
True.
big chunk of the revenue that
True.
it's prepaid.
True.
So.
And the other thing is, you'll notice
If you buy a season pass and you're a non-resident, do you get a 7-day reservation, or are you still at a 6-day?
I think you get a 7-day, right?
Same as residents.
So they become a resident,
In essence.
basically, okay.
I would,
You know,
if I was the king, I would raise that one.
How many rounds you have to play to break even for your?
That's what they were just talking about.
Yeah, you-
So what is
28,
it?
yeah, 28
What's
to
the number?
33.
I think it's like around 30.
It depends
That's for
on
non-resident.
the type of
Yeah,
season
right.
pass you have, but for next month, I could break all that out.
How much you play? That's much play.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
And
great.
one more question, is it true also that, employees of the town that are non-resident have, do they have any kind of break when they play?
No.
I thought so, I thought a friend of mine was a teacher in Fairfield, and she said that they get,
No,
so
That's what I
untrue,
know.
that's
Yeah.
not true,
No.
you're an
Not to
employee
my
of the
knowledge.
town,
No.
and you don't live in the town, you're just a non-resident.
correct.
Yeah, I believe the only break you get is if you actually work for the golf course.
Right.
Those people we give a break to.
So Anthony pays full rate.
Yeah, if I play there, yeah.
So do the, so do the resident and non-resident senior pass, when they play, do they pour into the resident and non-resident category up top?
They
Do
do.
we capture that?
We do.
Okay, so that's a different revenue model, because they pay less per round.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. So, anyway.
There's a lot of to your point, there's a lot of categories.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There's too many.
pieces,
In my
yeah.
life, but I don't agree.
I mean, just the data mining,
100%,
There's a lot.
yeah, exactly right,
Can I
yeah.
ask
We need
another
limits.
It's not
question?
straight.
Something already brought up and a little off of this. When you were these golf programs,
Mhm.
that includes or doesn't include an outing?
Does not include an
So
outing.
what I'm interested in seeing, and maybe you've shared this already.
I haven't, but I'm ready.
I'd love to see a P&L on an outing.
Well,
You know, like how much do you expend, you know, because that
Yeah, I
costs
can-
money for
I-
the course.
I've started a little study of it, because I personally feel like our outing rates are a little too low in relation to other courses, and so I think this is a discussion to definitely have, and I was going to present next time my findings.
But an outing pays a non-resident rate, correct, per golfer?
$63.
So they're paying, so it's a hybrid.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a hybrid, but it's higher than a resident, but
Yeah.
maybe a little lower than a non-resident. They're paying $63 a golfer.
It works when you have.
So
a
that's
certain
what
number of
covers-
players. When the
That's,
outing is-
that's what the town is getting. That's what the town is getting. They're getting, the town gets the 63.
Yeah.
You get a certain number above that 63, in addition to that 63, and then the restaurant gets
On top of that.
on top of that, so.
I think they're doing great, I just think, either we gotta force them to be a minimum of 128 players,
Right, right.
or, or what I did when I wasn't that big, I did play before, but I worry about the taxation on the golf course. Pete never gets a half a day to work on it, so I think there's something to be talked about, that's all. I don't know what the answer is at all.
Okay.
Close the course.
Monday,
But I have to say, the good that's being done to the community and the money that's being raised for charities is really great, really great.
Well, let's talk about that, though. You know, maybe when you come with whatever your findings are, we can talk about any changes we want to make to that outing policy.
Well, I've asked them to come back to me and tell me what they made, what their net roughly was.
This is, Boca?
Oh, all the alleys.
Oh, you have the.
Yeah, I'm just curious
Charity
to
to
see.
say
Well,
how
'cause
much.
my sales pitch has been all along is, we're gonna provide you private club amenities for public course prices, so your charity can make more money.
Right.
And they're all saying, you were right.
Good.
But-
Yeah, that's why I was pointing out, I thought the only important piece there is the $63 that the
Yeah,
town
they're
is
making good,
getting.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying
Are we less than other, like, Tashua?
We are, yeah, Tashua has a flat rate, 10,000 to get the course. No matter how many golfers, 80 to 144.
Because what you get is, well, we only have X number of people, you know, we want the whole
Right.
course. It gets a little gray
Yeah.
when you don't have
And they're not-
full, that's what you're saying, maybe it's a minimum number of people
I think
or
that might be
something.
the answer.
Yeah, I like that. It's one or the other,
Yeah.
because something like that,
It's something to
any
think
AT
about.
time, so I don't need a whole outing, but, you know, I want all the benefits of an
Yeah,
outing.
they want the course
Yeah.
closed.
And are you having the struggle of having Audis overpromise and under?
No, it's not bad, but I mean, there's too much gray. I think we need to lock them in on a number
Yeah.
up front.
Yeah.
We kind of do over a certain thing, but they promise, you know what I mean? I think we could be a little tighter than that.
Well, you did more
That's
this
probably
year
on me.
than we've done a year.
How many did
Oh,
we
yeah.
have? So today was the last one?
I think 13 is the official
That's great.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, we were aiming for 12, so.
That was more than that.
We're up from like 2.
Exactly.
And they're all trying to book next year. They're already,
That's why the
That's
seniors
why
gave
they
up
were
Monday,
breaking
when they rebuilt Brennan, they thought they were gonna have 20 outings, and we
Yeah.
gave up on Monday.
well, now they're
and
saying,
they
yeah,
never
they're
had
4-day
any.
passes, no, a 3-day pass, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
That's all I have on the numbers. And then the only other thing I want to mention is, I didn't really even share it with these guys. The clubhouse is being honored by the Connecticut Recreation and Parks Association for Facility of the Year in November at Mohegan Sun. So very, very happy that the department was able to win that award for the clubhouse. So yeah, we're excited.
That's great. And who makes that decision? Like, how does it?
There's an awards committee that the state board has, and they
And they already voted and we won?
Yeah, we've already been awarded, but I'll go up there Thanksgiving week for the luncheon.
You
And
can hang in the trophy case and.
exactly. I guess I'll pull it up for you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Good. All right. Pete?
Wow, I didn't know about that. Right now it's, off to a rough start in October with the weather-wise, but, we got that outing out, at 10 o'clock this morning, I didn't think we'd get that outing out, but, we're just, right now, we are, full board is cleaning up leaves are starting to fall. Course is in good shape. We had a member guest, had great compliments of the golf course. Right now, we haven't been able to cut the last few days over the weekend, and it's a little long, so we'll play catch-up right now. And going forward, we have, Bob and I were out there today looking at things. We're talking about doing the new tees. The new tees, we're talking on 7, 6, 14, and 11. And
Forward tees?
And 8.
forward tees, yeah. And 8?
Yeah. Maybe. We'll tell you that. We're hopeful.
We were out there looking at today. I didn't want to bring it
You
up.
want to change the
But,
forward tees at 8?
8, yeah.
Not change that.
Got a new one?
Got a new one?
Yeah,
Add a new forward tee?
Yes.
What does that
A
mean?
more forward tee?
So you're gonna change where it is?
it's
No,
gonna
not
be, what we're thinking about is all the way over against the cart path, right behind the pond. So you now have a 100-yard carry totally over water.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Like that.
It's
Do
absolutely-
we have the money in the budget to do not only that, all of the tees, but including a new one on 8?
Yeah, I have that. It's just how far we can go with cart path. I mean, that cart path on 7 has got to be done,
Yeah.
and then going forward, and I want to get rid of those steps on 2T. And of course, we talked about that whole island where I took the trees down between 1 and 2. So those are the major areas around 7, 17, building the tees, cart path on 7, and doing some work on 1 and 2 area up there. Like I said, I got 2 full-time guys and other guys that fill in, and we're doing the best we can. Right now, we're just full board, just trying to keep the course clean and get people out there. And had been great compliments on the golf course, so we have that golf course.
Is the tree guy coming back this one?
I have not contacted the tree guy. I can't say that I was very happy with the tree guy.
Yeah. Well, are we gonna at least do some tree work?
We're gonna do a lot of tree. The big place I really want to do in-house is the left side of 11th cart path, where because I just can't get enough water on the center of the fairway. But when I turn the sprinklers on, it hits those trees there and just floods that whole side over that cart path.
Yeah, right.
So we want to try and, that's been bothering me for years, so that's one of the top things I want to get done, along with 7 and then ladies' tees that we're going to build. Ladies' tees should go really quick, so just getting good weather. We're already behind now because of the weather for, start hauling stuff out there and start doing it, because now I got to catch up cutting grass right now, so.
But you think you can get all that done in this season, or at least in the off-season?
I'd like to say yes, to kind of see how the weather goes, get a blizzard roll through. We had snow in October.
Right.
And
Assuming the weather, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be the goal, right, is let's get that done, and then next year we can talk about, another project, maybe even the car path.
Yeah, the car paths have, that's a big issue, obviously.
That's what
Especially the new golf cart's going to be hopefully coming out, right, with the story of the new golf cart carts coming
But I think you do the forward tees first, and then you can do the new car. I don't want to do the car pass and then do the forward tees, right? You do the tees, and then you do the car pass.
Right.
And so again, we can talk about it as a group, but I think.
As soon as things settle
Maybe
down
nice
a little
to do
bit,
the
I mean, I don't know when that's gonna be. It's,
And we gotta get the course regraded.
Right,
We do
right.
it.
We have to do the forward tees.
Yeah.
that's,
Well, I mean, look at the numbers, right? We're up 4,000 rounds, year over year. You know, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I always thought the complimentary rounds, so we're up at 42,000 rounds, over 42,000 rounds.
Oh, right.
People don't come to. That's not to mention the people who sneak on there after they play 11 through 17 at night, but that's,
Yeah. It's true. Wow. Yeah, so far so good. Okay. Any more questions for Pete? All right, thank you. All right, Greens Committee.
Well, Priscilla and I went out twice to look at the forward tees. We went out once with Peter, and then we went a second time with Bob to locate them and all that sort of stuff. I got an email from her this afternoon. She played last Saturday, and she said, played Saturday, the course was in fantastic shape. Everything from tee to green looked good. She also said that she had a chance to play the par 3, which is also in good shape, although the reeds on the 7th hole obscure the view for most of the green. Would you ask if this is something that is purposely done, or have they just grown out of control?
I thought that was purposely. I played the par 3 a lot, and I thought it was a blind shot. Well, maybe it's not. I thought it was a blind shot.
I haven't played it, I don't know, I'm just letting.
Yeah, I mean, are we allowed to cut it down? I always thought that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm positive we have the no-mow zones,
Yeah.
10-foot buffer that we're supposed to have there,
But it does block the green. I mean, you can barely see the flag. I mean, you can kind of see the top of the flag, but
it's definitely a blind shot,
I thought it was a blind shot.
but
yeah.
I can look at it with Tim.
Where's part 3?
Don't worry, I know where John is, so
I agree, the course is in good shape, though.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Greens are good.
A little slow today.
Were they? Pretty wet.
Rain, and I couldn't cut them.
That's all right. Par 3, sounds like we just talked about it.
Yeah, I played it once. I thought it was in really good shape. Tee boxes always get beat up, but other than that, I thought it was good.
Yeah, like I said, my daughter's on the Tomlinson team there. She's the low girl in the last round, so.
Okay.
I will say that John has talked about the second tee that he wants to just make it one level. He wants to just level it with the second tee, just one level. So I said to John, it's your course.
Some of those tees are huge. It is kind of funny, like some are really big, like the 4th tee box, I mean, it's like 50 yards long, right? I mean, it's really long.
Yeah.
So he's asking me permission. I said, it's your golf course, do what you want.
Yeah, right.
Got the manpower and you want to do it, that's fine. We just want to level it out and make it one level.
All right. No old, no new. We did get an email from Jim Kuzo about the 7th tee box. I'm all in favor. I just kind of want to hear what you thought.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I can rotate the ashes and whatever he wants to do there. I mean, he's done a great job there. Actually, because he comes up and he weeds the garden. He does leave the weeds there, so I yell at my guy, who's leaving the weeds there? But I found out it was Sam. I just, put them in the garbage. We'll take care of it. But I have no problem. Whatever he wants to do there, I'll work with him.
Okay.
You want a motion to approve it?
Sure.
And move that we approve the request from Jim Kusto?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Great. Prue, you want me to let him know? You want to let him know?
Whatever you want me to do.
I'm happy to email him.
Okay.
They did talk about installing a sign, I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, what do you think?
We approved that a long time ago.
Yeah, I thought so
But there
too.
is a sign there right now.
Is it a new one you want to put on there?
Afterglow.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a new one on or not, but.
All right. Maybe we'll just have him run that through, I guess you just make sure, like, the location and the size of it.
That's fine.
Fine. All right. Where are we? Public comment. Mr. Daly?
No comment.
Good job. All right, next month, we're gonna do rates. So maybe, Prue, again, you could circulate,
The minutes.
Bob, do the same thing if you would. Somebody, and it wasn't me, I know everybody thinks it's gonna be me, asked to look at some of the junior rates at some of the other, courses, that it was a little bit high. I don't think it is, to be honest with you, but, pay attention.
Oh, I think it's fairly priced.
Yeah, $30.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'll do it though, I'll get the 10 local places.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah, and if they have a junior rate, do the same comparison. And then, I don't remember how far out the analysis went when we did the, bonding for the clubhouse. I know they put in, I think Craig actually did, I think they put in a, estimate of increases, to match and kind of cover the,
Yeah,
Like a
the bond payment.
Yeah, it was either that or 7. I think it was a little more than 5.
yeah.
So maybe we're still in that, I don't know.
I'll double check before we
Yeah.
put any proposal
Because again,
out
I mean,
there.
we'll talk about it, but assuming Bob says we're right where we are, then I think that we probably stay in line with the financial projections that we
Mhm.
gave to the town when we approved the bonding.
Yep.
But, I don't know, let's see where we are and let's see what Bob comes back with. My guess is, we'll stick with that, which was like $1 or
Yeah.
$1.50 or
I
something.
think it was $1 every year.
Was it $1 every year? I can't remember. Was it every other year?
That's what I
I
remember.
think it was every year.
Yeah, it was definitely an every year.
Every year. We skipped one and.
This is an easy.
I think we skipped the one already.
Raising price.
I think it was the first year.
Yeah, you're right, you did.
We held, and then I think it's one every year. And I'll just see how long that went out
Do
for.
we have a quote on the quotes yet?
Carts are done. That contract
Has it
is,
gone up or what?
the price was way up, yeah. But I think I put that in the budget. So we should be fine there. I just believe purchasing was working on the timing of swapping the fleet out. So,
Yeah, just the second time, I don't usually take cards, but the 2 times I have, the GPS doesn't work. Is that something that will get fixed, or why did that happen to those?
I don't know, I don't get that complaint very often.
Did I have the same card both times?
I don't know, that's bad luck.
We tried to reboot it twice.
You gotta call us, we'll bring you a new one.
It happened early on. It happened early on. And
Yeah.
it hasn't happened in
It
a
happened-
while.
I don't get it very often.
Really?
I mean, there are some of the older ones,
Out of town guests, and they're.
What happened? It just froze?
Yes,
But it had
but
to be rebooted.
we've tried to
Yeah.
reboot it, it didn't work.
yeah, they're not, it's not great,
Quotes up.
especially the black card.
Yeah.
Everything's getting old up there.
But then
Yeah.
when we get the new cards, will they have new?
everything will be new,
Everything
yeah.
Is it gonna be touchscreen for the distance?
It isn't now, right?
On some of the cards. The
I haven't done that one either, I've never taken a card.
Just wait for you.
Well, I always walk, and then
I'm cutting my greens and tees with mowers from 1988 and 1992, so.
We have touchscreen
Yeah,
GPS.
this stuff is antique.
Yeah.
They don't have touchscreen anything.
All right, anything else? All right, oh, is anybody on the phone? Should I go to the phone?
There's just one person on the phone. Do you have any public comment, Marlene? I don't think she does.
Well, thank you, everybody. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move with adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?